I'm Christy Hartman. Are you ready to escape to the tropics without leaving your art studio? Today we're diving into lush layers, bold colors, and breezy stencil techniques to create stunning gel prints that feel like a vacation on paper. How about a tropical staycation? Join me as we use Rhonda Dona's stencil, Aloha Mahalo, as well as my new stencil masks, Style 1 and 2, Monstera Leaf Max, to develop gorgeous layered gel prints. We will put our masks in behind our layered stencil work, and we will overlay our masks over the top of our beautiful stencil work. Let's get started. We are using this Aura blue-gray paint. I did find that this particular paint will pull up when we remove the stencil, which you'll see in this video, although I quite like the results. I'm using Rhonda Dona's stencil, Aloha Mahalo. I'm adding an isolation coat of Amsterdam Pearl Blue. If you're not familiar with the isolation coat, watch my video titled Isolation Coats. We're going to add the stencil back in, turning it in a different direction, and adding another paint color to continue layering. I'm going to flip this over. And we're going to put orange on here. Let's use this Aura orange. Let's pull this one with the green gold. I've decided to try this again. I added the Aura blue-gray as my first layer. I'm now layering my orange paint over the top again, and I'm hoping that this time my stencil will not remove the paint. I've decided that I want to see a little bit more texture in the background, so I am wadding up a piece of Carnival Wet Strength tissue paper, and I'm going to remove some of that paint using this tissue paper behind my masks. The goal is that my pull color will show through better if I add this kind of textured background to this print. I'm patting it down, trying to get as much texture on this print as is possible. And you can see the texture that's removed, which I think is really lovely. And this should hopefully allow my pull color to be more dramatic. Let's see what happens. Let's pull this print with iridescent bright gold fine. Well, it didn't do what I had hoped exactly, but you know, it could be still a cool print. We'll just see. This is the third print in this series. I added my blue-gray to begin with as my first layer. I did not add an isolation coat to this. Instead, I want my magenta color to interact with the blue that's underneath. And I think the results are stunning. Monstera leaf masks down onto this print. Opaque. We're going to use this Lucas Krill Indigo. I know this one is super opaque. Set that aside for just a minute. Let's grab this print. This Monstera leaf. Let's lay it down over the top of this print. And let's spray right over the top of this. We're going to make kind of a mess with this. There was paint that seeped underneath. Okay, let's let that sit for just a second. Put it up here. And let's grab this one. This didn't transfer as well as I would have liked it to. So let's try it again. And this is a little tricky. So this is the way I want it to print. So I need to turn it this direction on my plate. And I'm going to do each one of these individually. So let's start with this one. We're going to use anthraquinone. Then let's take this print, which is one that I did, oh gosh, in an earlier video, and let's remove as much of this paint from here as we possibly can. Let's grab our print. We're going to stamp it right down on top of that. And we'll have to let that sit. And it'll probably have to sit for quite a while before it transfers. So be patient. Let's pull this one with green gold. Could be okay. I'm not sure I'm loving it, but we'll see. Actually, very cool. You can actually see the Monstera leaves in there. I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, that pulled up nicely. And we've got lots of extra color in here. We can do these two as well. There we have all 3 of those leaves. Takes a little bit, but I think it's worth it. I hope you enjoyed this tropical escape on the gel plate. If you had fun layering and creating with these vibrant stencils, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what you create. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, share it with a fellow printmaker who needs a bit of island inspiration. Until next time, keep creating, keep those tropical vibes flowing. I will see you in my next video.